I wonder if I
Yes.
can stream onto Instagram.
Hi
I
there,
want to.
guys. Good afternoon, everybody. Looks like we are live. This is Vinny Chopra right here in the Bay Area, and Bo Eckstein in Las Vegas, Henderson, Will, and then Mario right here in the Bay Area in Martinez, and our friend John right there from Knoxville, Tennessee. So, as you know, we came live to you last week. We wanted to come live every Monday. Please turn us on. Now we are doing broadcasting live so that you could ask us questions, and we wanted to bring out some very, very positive twist to this whole debacle that we are going through, with coronavirus, with everybody being stressed out and really kind of seeing, all those things, right? Mario, we were just discussing how people are behaving on the road or in the neighborhood. And we just wanted to kind of, along with all the negatives happening, bring some faith, some hope of glimmer of hope, I guess, and how to really behave, to with our fellow people. So please, Mario, thank you. I know you were discussing that before we went live. Give your perspective on it, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just what I was talking about is that small gestures go a long way, and I think right now I'm noticing that there's a lot of fear in a lot of people. There's a lot of hesitation in a lot of people. The assumptions people are looking at you like you're a carrier of some crazy disease, and so
Yeah.
I think, for all of us, learning how to calm down a little bit is really essential. Because
Yeah.
if we're not calm, we're stressed out. And if we're stressed out, our immune system is low. If our immune system is low, we're just going to
Yes.
make ourselves sick. And
So
this whole
true.
process is going to take a lot longer, right? We just
Yeah.
heard last night from Trump, another 30 days, basically, right? That we have federal,
30.
national lockdown,
Mhm.
right? So
Yep.
this 30 days, it can feel like 3 days or it can feel like 300 days. And it's all about the
Yeah.
way that you deal with it. And so kind of what I've been trying to practice, what I've been trying to teach my kids to practice, if you see somebody smile and wave and just, nice gestures like that. So we take walks every single day because we got to get out of the house, but we're keeping our social distancing of 6 feet.
Yes.
And, we've seen a few people who aren't practicing the same thing, and we just tell them, hey, I don't, just in case, we don't want to get you sick, and we're trying to respect everybody. But just those little small gestures, I think, really, really go a long way. I mean, Vinny, you were a motivational speaker, for God's sake, so you know all about mindset and all about positivity, right? I mean, you're Mr. Smiles. Vinny's screen is frozen, I think.
He froze.
He's not smiling right now.
This is the first time.
First time ever.
that Vinny hasn't smiled. That's true. And then that's what's happening right now, though. You got so many people working from home.
Yeah.
If you don't have good Wi-Fi, oof. I just got whatever the downstream is. I paid extra money to get a faster downstream.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's Knoxville like? Tell us about Knoxville.
So it's surprising. So I was on a call earlier, and the person was actually in Sacramento, and they were saying, look, it's completely dead. Here, you look out the window, and it looks like business as usual. And so
Really?
it's not, but I believe truly, perception is reality. So what you perceive, you can either say, look, the world's ending, or you can say, look, we're going to go through a rough time and get through it. So, there's, what I've learned really from Vinny is, to keep the positive mindset. And, because truly, perception's 99% reality, they say.
Yeah.
So true. I mean, it's like mind just plays games. I mean, that's the nature of human nature,
Yeah.
is that we always think the negative is going to happen to us.
Yeah.
We're going to always, the thing is like, this small, but our mind, our subconscious mind says, oh no. I mean, so and so, when you came across that situation, it was bigger, or, I mean, even we try to tell ourselves and make us believe that there'll be big so many people will be dying, and the virus is going to go right around in the neighborhood. I mean, all those things come to mind, right? So we just need to focus. I guess it's hard. It really is hard. I mean, when you listen to the news and you watch and then you read somebody, in the, hospital just, passed away and things like that. That's reality. So how do you cope with that?
Yeah.
What's the actual numbers though right now? What's that website where they actually show the numbers of it's I was just on it
Yeah,
earlier.
I think John has a very good website he shared with me, right, John? We can look at it. Around the world, John will tell us right now in the real time what's happening,
Yeah.
So we'll come to that to all of you live very quickly. But the big thing is, I think just like you said, Mario, it's that attitude, it's that adjustment. See, many times we are not willing to adjust our circumstances
Yeah.
physically and mentally. And
Mhm.
that's what it's come. I mean, nobody inflicted it on us. It's just that everything was going fine and, dandy. And I mean, everything was great. But the thing is, uh, it had to happen. I mean, that's how I've been living my life, saying that 3 months back we didn't know anything about anything. Now it's here. What can I do intelligently? See,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Intelligently take care of not being in the abiding by the rules. Okay,
Yeah.
when we say intelligently means all these big officials, high officials, they are with their experience, right? And doctors and everybody's telling us certain things, so we need to abide by that. I mean, it's not that it's dictatorship, it's communism. I mean, it's just a total understanding that for our health and the health of others. See, that's the thing. One positive will take 11 down, I heard, or
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
I mean, and if they get contracted 11, they have to be 11 seclusions.
Mhm.
And then it's going to, that's why in New York, the cases are so many,
Yeah.
because people are so close together over there.
Right.
Huh? Right?
That's right.
So, John, buddy, so what you're saying is, should I click on it, or can you tell us what do you read on your screen
Yes,
from the
absolutely.
uh,
So,
it's called worldmeters.info. HTTPS. Those of us who are just listening to us, we thought we'll give you the link also. It's the worldometer. Oh, sorry, that's what it is. Worldometers.info coronavirus, and then the number of countries. So what's number one right now, there, buddy?
so number one currently is actually the USA with
I
100.
know. I was gonna say that. That's the news I heard. Yeah, USA is number one. Who's number two now?
Italy, Spain, and then China. So China has slowed down quite a bit. So the top, and then Germany's number five. So the top five right there. But luckily, out of the top five, we have the most infected, but the least amount of deaths so far.
Yeah. So here's my take on it. When it happened to China, it came out of nowhere. We've had time to prepare for this, so like the tests and everything. How much were they testing and how much were they not testing is what's interesting to me. And then also, our governments don't quite get along. So how much of the information from China is accurate? That's what we don't know. Like we can trust like the German information, the information from Spain and Italy, but China, they're not an ally of ours. And so like how much of this information is skewed? How much are they now probably trying to spin it? Like they've even said that it came from a U.S. Soldier. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they've already been trying to spin it, trying to blame it on us and all that. And that's the way that I look at it. And personally, for me, people are going to read these headlines of like, oh, this person went to the hospital. They were healthy and then they died. Oh, but they were healthy, but then they tell you that the person also had diabetes. It's like, well, wait a minute. You just contradicted yourself. You just said the person is healthy, but they have an underlying health issue. They have diabetes. Yeah. Well, that's a big difference, right? So yes, people with underlying health issues, they definitely, they're the ones who need to be extra cautious and be staying home. But like in our Go Abundance group, we have a guy, I'm not going to name his name, but he told us that he was confirmed positive for coronavirus.
Wow.
And he said honestly that it felt like even less than a normal flu, and he didn't even really understand. He didn't even know he was sick. At first, he felt a little dizzy. He still kept appointments. He had a low fever of like 100 or 101, somewhere around there. And a few days later, he said he was feeling fine. His wife and kids didn't show any signs, so he was trying to self-isolate himself in the house. So, that's the thing, is that the news doesn't make money by telling stories like that. Like I just said, they don't make money. They make money by crazy. Right? Because everybody's going to tune into the craziness, and then the commercial is going to pay them all kinds of money to get on there. So you got to be really careful of what you're letting in your mind, right? We have to be the goalkeepers of our mind, and we have to be really, really careful what we're letting in. If you're letting in all this garbage, don't be surprised that you're stressed out. Don't be surprised that you're short with your kids or your spouse or whatever, because it's going to happen. Now, focus on some of the positive stuff. Focus on the good. Focus on the fact that we have clean running water. We have shelter, all these things here, right? We're not in a third world country. And
so true. So true. Yeah.
We all have hospitals close to us. It's not like we're not going to get medical care. And so it's overblowing things that actually have not happened yet. And not to say that this is not a wake up call for us, because it absolutely is. But it doesn't need hysteria all thrown into it at the same time. It's not going to do anybody any good.
So true, Mario, what you're saying. I mean, also, let's just think about maybe just a little twist with not too many cars being there on the freeway.
Yeah.
Wow. So pollution is less, of course. The traffic jams are not there. I mean, people are figuring out how to work from home and office, right, remotely. And that might even start a new trend, possibly, after coronavirus, where buildings will say, I mean, all these, we are in the Silicon Valley, and of course I can see where it's retail business or restaurant business and person contact, right? Of course that will stay how it is, but otherwise maybe people will figure out better ways to get job done and be more productive and so on. But you're right. I think, this is the time for us to really kind of slow down a little bit, slow down to look after our health a little bit more, and our thinking again is physical and mental together. It has to work. And then at the same token, homeschooling. I know you do the kids homeschooling, but what a great opportunity to really hold a school for an hour and a half or two. I remember my dad used to do that after dinner in India. I mean, every day. And we had to do our homework and study what teacher was going to teach next day. We were going to do a day before. So those kind of things. So I think this is an opportunity, and so much is available online. Khan Academy. I know a lot of people don't talk about Khan Academy, and that is the free world all across the globe giving free education. And the concepts are so clear in Khan Academy. And then there are a lot of other places, of course.
Yale. You can go to Yale for free.
Yeah, there we
go.
Online. Yeah, look at that.
So I just pulled this up. We got 723,319 confirmed cases worldwide.
Okay.
And the confirmed deaths are 33,993.
Okay.
And the estimated infection rate, which I don't know how they define that, is 2.5%. I don't know if that's a factor of how it multiplies based off the normal flu. So,
I see.
Yeah.
That number, though, I've read yesterday, the day before in a medical journal that number is skewed right now because it's too new. And
I see.
Not enough information still.
I see.
And they believe here's the thing. They believe that there's so many cases that went undetected that number is highly skewed.
Okay.
Right. That's what Asprey was saying. Bulletproof Coffee.
Yeah.
It's true. There's so many people that have it that don't even know they have it.
Yep.
Correct.
So the crazy thing is that what I don't really understand is that I don't understand how there's no liquidity overnight in the financial markets. Like CMBS loans are non-existent right now. The rental loans, they're all gone. I don't know how these big REITs and the secondary market, how the liquidity could have just stopped overnight, which is kind of a scary thing that they can't withstand such a short-term, slowdown. So it was going to break eventually, I guess, because it broke so quick.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's kind of an indicator. Like if you look at it from a level, from all the people I've heard from, they're like, first thing is hoard your money right now, right? They tell you to hoard in a recession, and they tell you to cut your expenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then during times like this, the people that can take advantage of it are people that have hoarded their cash, right? Because then they can find it. When they find an asset that's 30 or 40% off to sticker price, they go and buy it. And that's what's going to happen again. And it happens over and over again. History. Yeah.
How about Fannie and Freddie? Are they giving loans, Bud or Bo, or no? You have.
Yeah, Fannie and Freddie is. Actually, I have a really good. I got a good article on all the lending. The different conduits of lending, who's lending, what's lending. But in our business, it's very limited right now. It'll come back, but it's just an interesting time because everybody's dealing with the same issues. But for you as a multifamily syndicator, you do quicker, you do more of a faster model, but you're going to be out 5 to 7 years. But people that are holding their multifamily, call me. You should go into a HUD loan right now, 35-year fixed rates in the high twos, right? You can fix a 35-year fixed rate loan in the high twos. So if you're buying multifamily or own multifamily right now, it's like an amazing time. And they also have a Streamline Refinance program because I've been studying all this. So it's like all these multifamily people, if you're in the right position, because a lot of people are in bridge, they've got to get out of bridge right now. And my thought is if I can convert all these people into a HUD loan, because the government's, obviously they're stimulating as much as they can. So I think those type of products, obviously SBA, right now, it's going to be pushed hard. It's already being pushed hard. So you can. So
HUD loans will take still like that 7-8 months to close. Is that right?
No, you can do if they just waived it, you can do a Streamline Refinance if you own an asset right now. If you had a prior HUD loan, there's a Streamline product for that. But like for you, if you had an asset, I mean, I would say probably 60 days, 60, 70 on a refinance tops, right? So
wow.
Yeah. So what I like about this, and I mean, it just made sense to me. I was talking to this guy that's been in this business for a long time, and if you can lock in something at 2.9, you're never going to see rates again. I don't think that low.
That low. It's very low. Yeah, I mean, that's for sure.
And the loans are assumable. They're assumable. So next time when you try to exit that property, and you can sell, you can take your loan and sell. Somebody can assume it at 2.9, right?
Huge.
And then they have to raise a little bit more equity. That's not a big deal when you can get such low financing. So it made me think about what I do, and also I kind of want to add to what Mario was saying real quick. Is that I've been walking a lot lately, and I never stopped and took walks. And it's probably the best thing you could do is to walk, because you actually right now everything's paused. You walk around and it's like you're in this weird twilight zone, but it's the best time for you as a person, I think, to actually kind of internalize things and start thinking about things. But it's crazy. So I've been walking every day, and I have more clarity than I have ever before. And I mean, I work out of the house mostly, so it didn't really affect me that hard. The thing that affected me the most is I haven't been able to go to the gym, and that was kind of my hour and a half every day. But I honestly think I'm taking this as a time to reflect on myself and my business, and to figure out what can actually take me to the next level. I haven't had this much time to stop and think for a long time, right? And now it's so. The question is we going to be, is this going to be, we know it's going to be another 30 days. And it could be, quite honestly, it could be 60 to 90 days, realistically. So you can either sulk, right? You could either get depressed about it, or you can do the best the best thing. I mean, people are still buying houses. People are still flipping houses. People are still excited to be like buying real estate. And people are learning, I'm seeing more and more people starting to jump into the real estate groups that we have, and like they're starting to plug into the live events we're doing.
Right.
And I mean, we're in the history. Can you just go on to Facebook and get onto a live stream? Like last night, I was watching this guy that I'm a big fan of, and he gave a free 1.5-hour class on how to buy properties using some existing financing and how to structure the deal. I mean, in the old days, that's like $30,000 you got to go pay for, right? Sometimes you can get some of that for free now. So it's, I look at it as that, we can go crazy just thinking about all the things that happen in life. But I mean, like us, we're up at 4 a.m. working. Nothing's really changed to that component.
No, I agree. I think, John and I can share that. I mean, whole weekend, things were happening and we met with the marketing team this morning, and they were remote from Pune, India, and we are here, and so we do that every Monday morning 7 a.m. to go through the click funnel and what changes we are doing, all that. Then our Spanish version of my book came out, so we are launching that, talking to Amazon.
Let's practice. Practice your Spanish.
I know, Espanol.
Yeah,
Espanol.
You should get Duolingo on your phone.
That's a good. Oh yeah, Duolingo is a very good program, I heard, or it's an app. Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm. No, I was going to say, we are already working on putting the brochure together for the Punta Gorda project and the other projects. So nothing is stopped. I know I'm looking at 3 more months. I know President, Trump said 1 month, but we are thinking it will take 2 to 3 months. So that's a perfect time for anybody to spend so much time in learning a skill or doing better systems in their current business, or things that they always wanted to, how to get their business to the next level, how to increase the investors, how to increase the clients, prospects we call it. So all those things are there, and the education is so cheap also now. It's not that it doesn't cost so much money. There are so many courses out there and so on. So I think that's the positive end of it. This will, people who will take time to grow them mentally, physically, and skill wise, they will be making more money after 3 months. I mean, that's the real key, because if they can get more cultivation, more presentation, more this and that will going to increase their business, right? Yeah. Mario, what do you think, bud?
So I wanted to share something with you guys real
fast.
I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but this is the way that I'm delegating my flips right now. So I have a fence getting done right now at one of the properties. I had an idea, telling my guys over the phone. They didn't understand. This is the first time I've ever done this. So I decided to draw it last night. You see that drawing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Nice.
So this is what it looks like. So they worked on it today.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on 1 second. This is what it's looking like right now so far.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Okay. Wow. Exactly like my photo. I didn't have to go out there. So it's an 1.5 hour round trip just for me to get out to that flip. So it's an 1.5 hour burned up. And then all the other things that are going to happen. So I didn't have to go out there. I was able to save myself 1.5 hours plus whatever time I'd spend out there, probably an hour. So 2.5 hours in my day. Got to stay at home. So what did I do instead? I made for the first time keto tortillas. See that, Bo? Keto tortillas.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Did you take a picture? Did you take a picture of it? Was they good?
My keto. I'll take a picture and send it to you guys. Yeah,
okay.
Didn't take a picture of it.
You know what? I was actually Mario. That's one thing is I can see you're even losing more weight from the keto diet. So yeah. Another benefit of me being on, because I'm on the keto diet too. I'm not as disciplined as Mario. I jumped off of it for a few months, but I've been disciplined on it now for a good couple months. But now that all the restaurants are pretty much shut down, I haven't gone to a restaurant to eat out, and it's made. I mean, I can't tell you I've cooked more. I've learned how to cook. I mean, I make the best steaks now. I learned how to use the cast iron skillet, and then I sear it on both sides. And I'm able to stay on my keto diet. And actually, I mean, the keto diet is so good for you because it actually gives a lot of mental clarity. I mean, Mario can talk on this more than I can, but I mean, if anybody's listening, like, you guys should really look into the keto diet. I mean, I'm a huge fan. You basically get all the sugar out of your body, and your body then uses fat to run, right?
Wow.
Mario,
Yeah. Ultimately, we're going back to our ancestral ways, hunter-gatherers, where they used to gorge on things, and we didn't have access to cane sugar. We didn't have access to high fructose corn syrup and all these things. The occasional sugars you would get was from an apple tree that you found somewhere out in the middle. I mean, imagine how many fruit trees there were, 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago for ancestors. Very, very, very few, right? How many? Sure. They say that our ancestors would get honey every few years if they were lucky. You know what I mean? So imagine like the amount of fruit. So our bodies didn't run off of sugar back then for energy. Our bodies ran off of fat for energy. And so the reason that we have such an obesity issue, that holding some fat is actually good for our ancestors, not so good for us, because they would go 2, 3, 4, 5 days without a meal. Well, nowadays, who in a first world country goes that long without a meal? Nobody does. So what you're doing is you're adapting your body to go back to burning fat for fuel. You don't get hungry nearly as much. I eat once, maybe twice a day right now. And I continue to lose weight. I have a 6-pack. I haven't had that since I was like 17 years old, man. I'm 38 this year. So awesome. I didn't do it to lose weight. I did it for the challenge. Bo kind of challenged me to do it. And what I loved was the clarity, and I loved the amount of energy. And I loved the fact that when I did get hungry, it was like, oh yeah, I could eat right now. Not like I better eat before I kill somebody, because that's how I used to do. That's your blood sugar dropping down, so you get steady blood sugar levels. But and so think about how many skills people can build right now, no matter what they wanted to build. Like Bo said, in 2 weeks, he's a barbecue master now, or a steak master, right? Because we have YouTube and all these things. I mean, the amount of things that we have access to is absolutely incredible. But
it's incredible. It really is. I mean,
just use them to your advantage, and it just takes some steps, I say, to reinterpret what we're going through right now, because that's all it is interpretation. Why are we and the people that we know like still happy and still successful and all these things? But there's so many people that we know about, or we read about, we hear about, that are depressed, and they're having health issues right now and all these things, and they can't wait for this thing to be over. They're so tense right now, waiting now for this 30 days and may turn into 16 or 90 days, all based on interpretation. It's the same story. We're all in the same thing, but we are deciding to read the story differently and internalize it differently. So look true. Positive. Look for the silver lining. You don't have to look very hard to find the negative. You do have to look hard to find the positive. Look harder, find the negative.
You know what I was going to say too is, last year at this time, if this would have happened, I would have been stuck at home by myself. Now I have a hot wife, so I can,
That's right. Hey, you're preparing for that. See?
Yeah.
I mean, got married in December, man, and it just started the whole thing in February here, right?
I kind of feel bad for my wife, because it's like she went from not working out, and I'm like, every morning I'm out of bed at like 3:30 in the morning, like by like 6 o'clock, I'm blasting music, ready to work out. But you know what I have to say though? She works out every day now, and I'm getting more joy out of watching her. Like her body is like literally transforming, because she didn't need to go on keto really. I mean, she was like a skinny girl to begin with, and now she's doing the keto. I mean, like she has like a shredded stomach already, and like it's been 2 months. And then part of the story I'm getting at is, if you have more people in your tribe that are doing similar things, like for example, our tribe we're geared towards real estate investing and and self-improvement. So like that's like her, because now she's the one that's pushing me keto. She's creating like amazing recipes that I don't have the time or the skill to do.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
surround yourself with people like that, like in your
Yeah.
tribe, and pick the right spouse, obviously too. John, you're the only one that's
Yeah, I know, John.
I know.
You gotta tell us, man. Yeah. So
No, for sure. Well, they say you have to slow down to speed up. So I think this is a perfect time to, take the time to kind of reset. Grab a good book if you haven't got it yet, and learn a new skill, and really invest in yourself, because those that put in the time now are going to really, come out stronger. Like Vinney said, and so like I always think it's interesting that if you were to redistribute all the wealth in the world, it would end up back to those that had it begin, because those people are the ones that take action, that are educated. And it's a very interesting thought, though, but that's how it works. The world, there are action takers, and like the 80-20 rule, 20 of those would produce 80% of the results.
Yeah.
So true. I know you are also doing very good things there in Knoxville, like walking and all that. Yeah, with your friends and your brother and
Bike ride, yeah, absolutely. Got to get outside.
bike ride. Yeah.
Oh, yes, we do a week every Sunday. We go for a bike ride. We have a big crew of people, and it's good camaraderie. Instead of going out drinking, get up early, go get a good breakfast, go for a bike ride, and do positive things together. And,
Very good. Very good.
Movie night too, so we'll watch like motivating movies, to kind of keep the spirits high. So
Yeah.
Yesterday we watched 4 hours of television. There was an Indian award show. Oh my gosh. It was amazing, with Bollywood songs and all that, and comedy and everything. So Kanchan and I just loved it. Yeah. But again, I think the biggest thing we can talk about, all of us, why we get together on Monday, is to talk about the positives. And hopefully this is helping some people to kind of not take yourself too seriously. Don't take others too seriously either, because they might be coming from a different frame of mind. Today, my doctor did video chat with me. Doctor, I saw her last January. So her office called and we had a video chat and everything. So this will be the new way where doctors are going to see you right on the video chat. And if you're fine and vitals are good and this and that, sure. You don't have to drive 2 hours or 1 hour to go to see the, so that's going to be, I think, a lot more positives will come out of it.
Yeah.
I know we are in the crust of it. I know a lot more people don't. We are human nature, right? Social element. We are social creatures and beasts, right? But the thing is, let's just hold off. Life, it's more important to save our life and other people's life than just looking for our own interests, I guess. Is the thing. I know it's about 32 minutes. Any more things on you guys' mind? Or?
Well, I wanted to add to something that Bo talked about, and it's something that's so true, and it's the exact reason why we are here right now on this call. And what Bo mentioned was tribe, because what it started off was we were in a group text message, and I had suggested that we get on a conference call just so we all hang out, and then we decided to take it live and just put it out there for other people to see as well.
Sure.
And even to go back even further, that's exactly how me and Bo met, because me and another guy, Eric, had decided that we wanted to start a small mastermind group of like-minded people. And Bo was introduced into the group, and we started doing lunches. We did lunches for years together. And then it went from there, and Bo invited me to a group called Go Abundance, which I'm still a member of now. But it's for years, I didn't think that there was other people like me that had the same interest level as me, that could have the same kind of conversation as me, until I actually went out there and looked for them, right? And so what my suggestion is take this time right now. There's so many groups like what we're doing right now. They're on Facebook and Instagram and all these things. Just find some people that, if you're in the Star Wars, or like my daughter's into making these costumes for herself, right? She's taught herself to sew and all this sort of stuff. She's found these groups, and so it's like, I don't want to have that kind of conversation with her. It's really boring to me. I do it because I love her and she's my kid, right? But she can have extensive conversations with people about all these things. Like my wife loves Disney, same kind of thing. Now she has all these online groups that she's part of where she can discuss these things that I don't really care to talk about. Like, she doesn't like to listen to me really talk about real estate investing. It's not very interesting to her, right? So, like Bo had mentioned, find your tribe. There's so many different tribes out there.
Yeah.
And then take the FaceTime and what we're doing right now. And all these things, we can still get together, man. And then we're not exchanging any germs. I can cough right now.
I know. I'm in the healthiest kind. And the best part is this electronic or remote meeting, right? Is so productive because we didn't have to fly, to get together or go through all the 2 hours. And I know, from different parts of the state, it will be so much drama to get that together, So this is the best time. We can make it the best time. And please join us again next week and tell us, comment, right down there what you would like to talk about so that we can bring it to you. Some of the things we are all going through, right? Yeah. It's not just one person, it's everybody. Alex is right there. Hi, Albert. How are you?
Albert says the liquidity issues happened since September. He said it was brewing.
Sure.
That was his comment when we were talking about it. And then Ken Barley says, as the BarCamp on April 25th been canceled? Unfortunately, yes, we decided to cancel it because it just, with, we can't have gatherings of over 250 people. And I'm depressed because I was looking forward to, we had some rock stars coming to that event. And then you weren't going to go because you're vacation, so you were able to go. But unfortunately. Yeah. But what that's done is now I am working on putting more of an online
webinars,
InvestorCon. But every Thursday I've been interviewing people with Ty, and this week we have on Thursday night. I like this guy too. Ty knows a bunch of these people that I don't know, but this guy, his name is Thatch Wynn. I think you say Thatch, but he's on YouTube and he's got a huge following, and he's like a real estate investor, and he's a top real estate agent as well, but he's very charismatic. So he's coming on our show on this Thursday, and it's just funny because like I see these people, on YouTube and things, and he's got like I don't know, hundreds of thousands of views, and now I get to pick his brain. So it's kind of cool.
Love it. What time is that?
6:30 on Thursday, right in my Facebook group, Real Estate Investing Club.
Okay.
We have close to 10,000 members now in that group.
Wow. Amazing.
I'll interpret the Italian comments on here. The guy was asking what he was asking what we're doing on here, and he said, who are you? He was asking me who I am.
I see.
My name's on there, and we're talking about positivity.
Yeah, there we go.
Bella per Mario.
Good for Mario is what he was saying. Mario. Yeah.
Oh, and there's somebody from India. He's asking Vinney what his favorite dish is.
Oh, my favorite dish? Wow, goat curry. Goat curry. I love goat curry.
That goat curry was good. That place that you and
I know, Kabila. That was a beautiful restaurant, and it still is. It's a ghost right now, ghost town there. But as we get out of the corona, we'll go back again over there. Yeah.
Can't wait to break some bread with you guys.
Sure. Hey, thank you so much. I'm glad we got it together. So Friday we have the live show, right? Bo and I, Vinney and Bo show. Please join us at 9 a.m. on Friday. Please join Bo and his club right here in the Bay Area, right? Thrive. And 6:30, right, Bo? 6:30? You'll be putting the information, and again, we'll meet again Monday at 3:30, depending on our appointments or something. So right about this time we get together, right?
And then are you guys doing your toast every night at 6?
Oh yeah, 6. No, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So today is the day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We didn't have too many other things to talk about. Ladies can talk a lot more than the guys. So we just do it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday now, every other day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Great
Toasting.
idea, Vinny.
The wine toasting. Yeah, right on the internet.
I love it. I love it. It's so good. So cool. All right, guys. Well, awesome to see you guys.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really great to see you guys and see you again. We'll talk during the week and then we'll, see each other next Monday.
Next Monday.
Boy,
All right,
I'm looking a little chubbier here. I don't think I'm that chubby.
You need to go on the keto diet.
We'll text you some information.
I know. Okay. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, guys.
Love you
Take care.
guys.
I love
Okay.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.